Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 minutes, definitely more and not less ship review, I'm standing inside of the Origin 890 Jump. Let's go ahead and take a look. A quick shout out to Zero Grav for letting me borrow their 890 Jump for this review, as well as being an amazing member of the community, helping me set up the Discord server and going further with the org. Thank you again, Zero. And now let's go ahead and get to the review. All right, welcome back to another review. Today, the very requested 890 Jump by Origin, a capital luxury touring ship. And what that means is it's going to pick up people like the Titanic. You know, you're going to have your VIP personnel that you're going to pick up and take care of on a nice cruise across the stars and hopefully not hitting any sort of iceberg. So with this ship here, if you were to buy it on the Pledge Store, it is $950. And then if you were to buy it in game, it is $65,356,200 aUEC. Now you can buy this ship in the city of Area 18 or Lorville, which is quite surprising given the, style of this ship. Now, this ship is a very big ship, and that is something to consider, so it depends what you're looking for. Are you looking for a massive luxury ship? Here you go. This ship is 80 meters wide, 210 meters in length, and 45 meters in height. When this thing is landed, it is a behemoth, and when you're flying it around, it definitely shows that is a large ship just because of how weighty it feels, and it moves like a whale. Now, it is a capital ship, so that is to be expected. Now, this ship does have a claim time of 1 hour and 7 minutes. If you were to expedite that, it goes down to 22 minutes and 30 seconds, which is not terrible given, the size of the ship and what it can kind of do for you. I'm serious. You can run packages with this ship, simple 3000 aUEC packages. You can run some cargo. You definitely got some cargo space. You can run some battle tanks out into a battlefield. You can absolutely do your VIP contracts and run people around, showing them the stars. There is just nothing you cannot do, especially with the most recent updates adding PDCs to the ship, which, if you don't know what a PDC is, that is a point defense cannon. Basically, an automated system that has a bunch of turrets on there that fires at targets that are targeting you. Typically, those targets have to be small fighters and, something of the like, but they'll definitely help you out, including taking out missiles or torpedoes that are fired at your beautiful ship. Now, the pilot does not have any pilot DPS. That would be 0. They have control over 8 Arrestor 3 missiles, which is pretty good. I'd say 8 of those, it's not like the biggest amount, but then you got to consider you do have 32 other missiles on the ship, and those are Ignite 2, so size 2 missiles, and they're controlled or shot by the 4 remote turrets, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. Now, you also have 2 other remote turrets with dual CF-337 Panthers on the ship and 2 manned turrets with dual M6A laser cannons, giving a total of 3,147 turret damage per second. Now, that's on top of those 7 PDCs, the point defense cannons, which is going to keep you alive, and I do appreciate that. If you don't have any pilot DPS, you have to have something. So this ship definitely comes with something. I think point defense cannons should be added to a few other ships out there, like the Carrack and the Caterpillar, among other big ships in the verse, just as if they were in, like a World War II situation. The cargo ships back then had cannons and guns mounted all over them to protect the goods, and I think they should do that here as well. Now, taking a look, this ship does have 2 size 4 shield generators, which are currently locked to that ship. Bespoke, there are no other shield generators you can swap out for it, giving a total of 908,000 quadrant shield. Now, you got to consider, it is a quadrant shield, so if you're not careful and the enemy that's attacking you just focuses on one face of that shield, they could potentially take it down pretty quick, and you have to pay attention to that because you only have 153,200 ship HP. And I say only because the other capital ship in this game, the Polaris, even though it's a military vessel, has over 3 million HP. So with that, you are very low on health just from the get-go. So if you're getting attacked, try to avoid taking actual damage to your hull. Now, your maneuverability and speed, not so great either, but compared to other capital ships, it's fantastic. You're sitting at 125 SCM as your top speed with a 300 forward boost and a 105 backwards boost with a top nav speed of 915. Definitely not terrible, and I don't fault it at all for that because it is a big ship and it requires a lot to move that amount of mass. Now, your pitch yaw roll is sitting at 16, 16, 30 with it boosted up to 24, 24, 60. So its maneuverability, like I said, it's a whale, it's a big ship. It looks like something that could potentially float across the lakes and oceans of Microtech or Bloom, and I definitely wouldn't be surprised when that function comes in the game that somebody won't do that right away. Now, you do have 1,200 SCU of hydrogen fuel. It's quite a bit of fuel, and then you have 14.6 SCU of quantum fuel on this ship. So you are going to be able to go all around, to each moon and star and planet, wherever you want to go without having to refuel for quite a while, which is pretty nice given the fact that this is considered a capital luxury touring ship. So you're going to have all these VIPs on here, and they're not going to want to go to a space station every other stop to fill up, and you won't have to worry about that. Fantastic. Gotta love it. And I'm going to say, when we take a look at the interior here in a second, this ship has a lot of good views. So with that, we're going to take a look at the interior, and when we do here, I just want to let you know, this ship can carry up to 388 SCU of cargo, as well as a multitude of vehicles. Pretty much any in the game, you can load it onto this ship, any ground vehicle that is. So you can load up a ballista, you can load up a tank, you can load up all sorts of different ground vehicles. And then on the upper hangar, you can load a small ship like we have right now parked in there, the beautiful 300i, as you can see on screen. That thing comes on out of the ship, flies around, has a great time. You could take a little bit of a destination tour with a VIP, and then you come back and land on there. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. All right, now we're taking a look at the interior of the 890 Jump, and I will say we are in space right now because the fact is I could not get the landing gear to come down. I don't know why, but it wouldn't come down, so we're in space doing the interior review, and here is one of the docking collars to get into the ship via EVA, or of course if you're docked to a station, you can definitely do that. And you have a bunch of suit lockers to the left and the right, allowing you to store your gear before you make your way in. Now, across this hallway at the very end is another EVA hallway where you can go ahead and dock the ship and enter. It's pretty nice, a nice looking ship. Some little bit of graphical issues here at this entrance, but nothing of too great concern. Now, if you make your way right to the center here, this is the other lift. This lift goes straight to the ground, and this is where the VIPs and guests would come up. And then there's one other ground entrance, and that's the cargo elevator, which is kind of where you'd have your staff, cargo, and vehicles coming up, which we'll take a look at here shortly. Now, once a guest enters here, they're going to go straight ahead to the central module with a nice looking design going on in this ship. It looks almost like a marble or something. It just looks really good. I love it. Now, to your right, you have a suite number 1 and a suite number 2, which are practically mirrored. We'll take a look at both here really quick, heading over into the first suite. This suite here, you do have a nice door there that leads to your restroom, which we'll take a look at. You have cigars, books, a checkers board, a nice seating area to the right, Another seating area over here to do some work and as well as watch some videos, and then a beautiful looking bed with some more books and just tons of relaxation. Now you have a nice little terrarium over here. It looks fantastic, and we're going to go ahead and make our way to the bathroom. My favorite spot of any ship. We'll go ahead and open up this door here and take a big look. You got some towels, some area to hang your clothes, a nice looking area with 4 different blocks of soap, even though they're all the same, and of course your mirrors, your nice tripping hazard of a shower that when you walk into, you'll probably stub your toe and hurt yourself all day long. And then if you make your way over here, you have your toilet, which I'm going to stay far away from. It looks like it is a bidet system, as there is 0 toilet paper on the wall. And yeah, that's interesting. Go ahead and move on from here. That is your first suite on this ship out of many. It has a fantastic looking interior design. I do love all the elements. It really does feel luxurious. It looks like this ship will cost you about $2,000 a day to stay on, probably more. So let's take a quick gander over at suite number 2 and see what the differences are. As you can see right off the bat, you do have a chessboard and not a checkers board. Otherwise, the terrariums may be a little bit different, but everything else is practically the same, which is kind of nice. You don't want the other suite over there being all jealous, right? Hey, why did you get the checkers board and I got the chessboard? Yeah, again, you have over here a bidet toilet, a nice little shower area, and areas to store your clothes, as well as take a look at yourself. Make sure you don't walk out of here looking like a disaster, right? Now, if you continue forward, you do have a nice little sitting area right here. You can kind of sit down, relax, talk to your friends, have a good time. We're going to stay on this floor for this initial part of the review. This interior is a big one, so it's going to take a moment. Now, to the right here, we're going to go ahead and open this door. It does say engineering on that door. You have an engineering ladder, which will take you down to the cargo area, as well as an escape raft. So if you open this door, you would go in there, you'd have your, everybody sitting in there, and they would escape via this raft, allowing you to hopefully not end up in the Titanic 2.0. And then if you open this is an elevator leading you to more areas of the ship. Let's go ahead and make our way back. Over here, it pretty much is replicated, except for it doesn't have the ladder right here. Now, this is like a little glass wall. It's very hard to see, but it is there, and it is interesting. Someone drops their phone down there. I don't know how you're going to be able to get back there to get it, but it is it's nice. It's a very clean glass. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the next part of the ship here, this is the spa, hot tub, and pool area. So right here is where you would go ahead and get yourself dressed and taken care of to enter the spa or the pool. With right here is you got some, small spas, some nice little spas here. This is actually really cool. It's very luxurious, and I feel like you could charge out the wazoo to have people stay on this ship, and it does come with a couple of them too. So make your way there, and then you have a nice little shower area here with 0 privacy, so get ready for that experience for your guest. And then if you make your way over here, you have a hot tub. So a nice little hot tub, and it's got the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of water, which is pretty interesting. Now, this hot tub is a nice little, adventure. It does look like if you get in there, you'll probably get eaten by a shark, but I don't know. It just looks like you're jumping into the ocean. So it is a very comforting thought, right? Now let's go ahead and make our way down the hallway a little bit more. You have an elevator to your left, which it says you can go to the foyer, bar, lounge, the spa, pool, or the hangar downstairs. Now over here, same deal, except for you go to the crew kitchen instead of the hangar area. So if we make our way through this door here, you have a nice little changing area. Again, no privacy. And that goes for both sides too. So let's take a look at the last area of this floor. You can go ahead and enter the Russian bathhouse here. This is a nice giant pool with some seating, and that's about it. It does look fantastic. I really do like the design elements throughout this whole area. I just think it looks very luxurious, as it should, being a luxury touring ship, and with a hefty price tag, to say the least. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next floor. So I'm just going to go ahead and head back here and make our way up this first stair, and we'll go from there. No railings, so make sure you don't bring your kid with on the trip, because they probably will be a liability. Let's make our way through this first door here. To the left, you have a nice little door. Let's go ahead and open that. And here is another suite. Again, somewhat replicated to the first suite and the second suite downstairs, except for somebody stole all your pieces. So you're not going to be playing any games up here. Again, another bathroom with a bidet system and your shower. So really nice. These suites are really honestly fantastic. A little seating area here. There seems to be some areas of the ship that feel a little wasted, like the kid had something different, but it's really not that often, surprisingly. And then there's cigars littering the place, so that's kind of nice. Another unmarked suite right over here if you were to head through this door. And again, they stole your game pieces. Probably have some, theft issues on this one. So, but it does look nice. A lot of good detail. Nice little terrarium. Nice area to have someone stay. So when they bring in this gameplay loop, which they kind of already have if you make up your own missions, but then you can maybe hire AI or be hired from AI to transport them around, which would be pretty cool. Now let's make our way through this area here. If we open this door, you have a nice little private bathroom, which is always good to see. And of course, it's replicated, so you got 2 of them here and 2 of them behind you. Now let's make our way through to the bar here. As you can see, it's got a beautiful view, very beautiful view. And this looks like it seats probably 100 people. It's quite a few seating for the amount of rooms you have on the ship, but it is such a fantastic view and totally worth just being on this for this area alone. I would just be like, hey, I'm going to take a day trip on the 890 for some alcohol and amazing views of Yela, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look here. You got a nice little bar area. Obviously nobody working it right now, but you got to hire your staff, right? And then you got some TVs, front and center, as well as right above you. So pretty nice little area to sit down and relax. Now you can make your way into the more fancy area. So second class citizens over here, and then you can make your way over to the first class citizens area for some more fine dining with some personal service here. Very fantastic, with even more great views. It is just phenomenal. Imagine sitting here eating and being attacked. That would be a frightening experience until you see those PDCs right outside the window activate and take care of that threat. Right here, a fantastic looking table with some seating all around to enjoy such a grand view. I just love it. I am such a sucker for windows on spaceships because getting a view like that is priceless. So I really wish we can see more ships with awesome views like this someday down the pipeline, right? Now, this glass here is a one-way glass. So if, when you're sitting here enjoying your 5-star meal and paying $15,000 to sit there and eat, you get to sit and look at all the people on the other side and not to be too happy about that, while the people over here with their $50 plate of food don't have to worry about looking at you. So fantastic thoughts there. Let's go ahead and make our way back through to the next floor of the ship. But before we do, I want to make sure we catch every room. Sometimes these rooms hide away. So right here, you do have like a little kitchen area for the staff to kind of maybe have some dishes and stuff out here, as well as another elevator that will take you to that crew kitchen or the spa pool area. So pretty nice. You got to have 15 elevators in a ship like this, just so if something runs out, it's as easy as hopping into one of those elevators to take care of the situation. So let's make our way to the next floor here. Taking a look, you have more beautiful views, including a massive glass roof here, which is actually quite the frightening thought. If this was to erupt while you're sitting here having a drink, you are just no longer with us, and that would just be rather terrifying. There's not much proofing in this ship when it comes to closing off rooms, especially if anybody is in this area. They are doomed. But let's go ahead and take a look around here. A lot of seating, a lot of just chilling, relaxing, having a cigar, having a drink, taking a look at Crusader out one window, taking a look at Yela another window. It is such a fantastic looking view. Gotta love it. I love the glass windows. And then you make your way through to the next door here. This is the pilot's main area. So the pilot of the ship is going to have access to your avionics. This is like some of your component areas here and here, but obviously they're not in yet. Now, if you make your way up the stairs, you have a nice little fire extinguisher there and a beautiful looking bridge with a cartography area that is obviously not operational yet, but it's nice to see, especially since you're going to be flying this ship around, giving the VIPs the best view possible. Now, these ships do operate typically alone, and that's why they have so many defensive guns, but you can absolutely hire some escorts to take care of any sort of pirating problems. Now, the pilot sits here, and then you have a gunner over here and a gunner over there, remote turrets and whatnot, or co-pilots, depending on how you want to go ahead and treat the personnel on your ship. Now, if we're going to make our way back this way, we'll go ahead and take a look at some more interior designs by walking over here to the backside. And let's see, more seating, some little plants. I mean, it's rather windy in here today. I think we'll take care of that later, but more chess, you know, at least this one has all the chess pieces, right? Let's go ahead and take a look. I do love all the little detail. It just looks fantastic. It really does. We'll make our way through here, and this is such a beautiful area. This is basically what I would call the grand suite, the master suite. If you don't want the captain staying here, this is something you can sell to the most prestigious person, giving him the best possible view of riches, right? So you get the back side of the ship here, not like the best like overall view, but when it comes to the comfort of your own living area, this is just fantastic. Right here, you got a nice little dining table with a kitchenette, personal service. You know, you're gonna have a personal person in here taking care of this high-paying customer with a nice, you know, terrarium as well, and then a picture of that beautiful ship that you are on. Now, if you make your way through this door, this is your master suite's bedroom with tons of books, cigars, and just that luxury feel with a massive screen right in front of you. Now, honestly, as the captain of the ship, this is my room. The high-paying customers can have the suites. They're just as beautiful, honestly. You make your way through here. You have a nice little shower area with another bidet toilet. This Origin ship really focused on not having any sort of toilet paper, which was quite interesting. I mean, what can you do, right? It's luxury. Now, if we make our way through this door, this is a nice little meeting area. So you can sit down, have a big old meeting, make that massive deal that could potentially change the course of history. And it's got some beautiful looking things on the table. Over here, you got some nice little art, more art, books. And then, of course, why would you not have a model of your own ship right here ready to go? It looks fantastic. I gotta love it. I really do. And a whole personal collection of alcohol. Hello. Now let's make our way on through here. There's just windows everywhere, and I can't stop but say I love it. Now let's take a look. Now we're going to go through an elevator. We will make our way to the elevator right here, and we'll go down to the hangar area if it's going to let me on. Let me on. Oh, I have to hit this button. Here we go. Now we'll make our way down to the hangar access. And of course, there's a lot of areas to this ship. Hopefully I don't miss anything, but there are a lot of areas. I'm going to check every single room. Now we make our way here. This is where it says guests, because it's like, nah, you're not supposed to be down here. But there is a nice little area over here. Let's take a look. Just keep on running down some of these hallways. Right over here is your med bay. So this ship does have a medical room, which is really nice. You go ahead and enter here, and you have a nice little clinic area with a med table, as well as a mirror, a sink, and your digital medical assistant, where you can go ahead and get in here and set your spawn zone, do all sorts of healing, and it is a tier 2 medical bed. So healing up to tier 2 injuries is pretty nice. It's a very expensive ship, so it's too bad it's not a tier 1, but that's all right. Now, taking a look over here, you do have a waiting lounge, so maybe the doctor's busy. You're going to go ahead and sit down and wait for that visit, which is just too bad, but you got to pay your copay and you'll get back there. Now, if you make your way over here, you do have your hangar access. This hangar here does have some cargo storage areas, as you can see by these magnetic panels here all throughout this area, as well as, of course, a basketball hoop, a fire extinguisher, and a manned turret, which takes you down to one of those M6A laser cannon duos. So pretty nice. And we have a 300i sitting here on the hangar floor. I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like when it goes up. So if you were to go ahead and go do that, it's going to open the door above, and then it's going to send that ship up on this floor here. It's fantastic. Now, once that ship is landed on that, it is locked to your ship pretty much. You can lift off, but it's always recommended to stop your ship completely before letting someone take off, and then you should be all set. So let's go ahead and bring this back down really quick. We don't need it to go all the way up. Let's go ahead and, well, that's the hangar doors. And we got to wait until it's all the way up now. But on the other side over there, you do have another manned turret. That one goes up, which is pretty fantastic. We'll go ahead and walk over there really quick. Nice walking, right? A lot of cargo panels all around. This isn't your main cargo area, but they are all around. You take this elevator, it goes up, and it takes you to another manned turret. Let's make our way to the other door over here, and we'll take a look at more areas of the ship really quick. Let's go ahead and bring that down. So now it's going to bring that down, and it's going to look beautiful having the 300i come back down. I think it's just such a fantastic view, or whatever you put in here. Furies, Gladius, arrows, whatever you can squeeze in here. I think it's just amazing. So let's go ahead and go through this door over here. Now, making our way, you do have some suit areas, so you can go EVAing outside of the ship. And then you make your way over here. You got a little crew area. You can relax, play some pool, have a nice little drink. The one arcade game, only one, so everybody's got to wait their turn. A crew of 8 and not enough game systems for everybody. Now, if you make your way through this door, this is where the crew would stay. So you have all your rooms here for the crew, including, if you open this door, your personal bathrooms. Taking care of the crew is always #1 priority, right? The customer comes second. Because if the crew doesn't make it, what is the customer going to do, right? Got some graphical glitches here. That's a little too bad. And then if you open up these doors, the crew does have a nice little just private room that they can lay in with the worst looking bed possible, but it will work out. It will work out. They can sit here, have a great lunch, breakfast, dinner, nice little area. I think we should add some other things here. Maybe a nice big old table. It's a nice little area for the crew so they can relax. Let's go ahead and make our way to another area. This is like a little kitchen prep area so the crew can get their food and everything. And then if you make your way through this door, here is the main kitchen of the ship where you're going to have the kitchen staff working away for the VIPs. And here is one of those elevators that takes you up to that foyer bar area. This thing's going to be running a lot, so make sure you hire a mechanic. It's definitely going to be needed. And then over here, you have more. It's like a big old just walk-in freezer or fridge, and that's always really nice because not everything just sits out. Now over here, you do have some beautiful looking escape pods. You go ahead and get in here. If you are part of that crew, this is your escape pods. You don't get the beautiful escape rafts, which is just too bad. And then making your way through the next door here, this is what you would call the command and control battle station. So one of the big things about a ship with a bunch of windows is if that window breaks, you're screwed, right? This is where you'd control your ship, including a pilot seat here, as well as those same co-pilot turret seats here, allowing you to control the ship completely from within the center of it, giving you the best protection possible instead of being, EVA'd through a window when you didn't expect it. Now, if you walk through here, of course, you got that ladder that goes up, that ladder I showed you earlier. And then through this here is a elevator that will take you down to this floor here. Don't really need it right now. And then same thing over here. First, we'll check this room here. This has a ton of weapon lockers. Before we go into that, over there where is the cargo and ground ramp, this has a ton of weapon lockers with so much space for guns. You just got to love it. You can have a whole team. You don't even need VIPs. Just have a whole team of bounty hunters on here living in luxury because you got the weapon racks for days, allowing you to carry up to 32 rifles and a multitude of handguns. Just fantastic. Another elevator here. This is the elevator we came down of earlier, so you don't need to go ahead and go any further. But then you make your way here, and this is where the main amount of cargo as well as engineering is, and one of your ground entrances and exits, which is this big elevator here. Now, this can fit any size vehicle, which is nice. It is fantastic. Well, any size ground vehicle. So you send this down and you carry up to 388 SCU of cargo here on this, as well as the other cargo mag tiles that you saw in the other areas. And then you have, of course, your engineering room here. So here's one of your big engines, another one over there. Wow, if you walk around, there's some graphical bugs that make it look really interesting. But it is quite nice. And then, of course, you have some more areas, including an elevator. You have elevators everywhere. So let's make our way back through. We'll take a look on this side. Nice little engineering panel with your jump drive. Of course, over here, another engine, another elevator, and of course, the big old ball of fun that keeps you glued to the ground, which is just nice. And of course, the shield generator's not accessible. It doesn't have its full gold component standard pass, but it does have a beautiful looking interior. It is a fantastic looking ship. Honestly, I'm going to be just straightforward with you. This ship for me is an 86 out of 100, and there is a couple reasons for the lower score, including that health pool. So taking a look, that health pool is probably the biggest drop in the points out of any one of the other reasons, including its speed and maneuverability. Just a few points knocked off for that. And then, of course, a couple points for missiles, because I feel like the pilot should have had a little bit more missile control, but overall, not terrible at all. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed taking a look here at the 890 Jump. It is a massive ship. Look, escape raft. Gotta love it. It is a massive ship. It has a lot going for it. There is just so much fantastic space. And I feel like there could be even more. So, to recap, you do have 3 EVA entrances, including the 2 docking collars, 1, 2, and then the third one will be your hangar that has the 300i in it currently. And then you have 2 ground entrances, including this elevator here that takes you to the ground, and then the cargo elevator, which we just came from a second ago. That is another ground entrance. This ship is just a fantastic looking boat. It has plenty of space. It has all sorts of interior design elements like your spa, your hot tub, your pool. You just have so much going for it. I really hope you enjoyed this walkthrough and review of the 890 Jump. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being amazing. I will see you all in the next one.